So, kangaroos. The word kangaroo stems from the Aboriginal language Guga Yamdur. The Aborigine word Gangaguru describes the gray kangaroo. The name kangaroo is used broadly to include all species within the superfamily of micropods. The species are grouped into two families. The Macropodidae includes kangaroos, wallabies, wallaroos, pademelons, tree kangaroos, and forest wallabies. The Potoridae includes rat kangaroos, porteroons, and betlongs. Now, an adult male kangaroo is called a buck, a boomer, or a jack. Adult females are called a doe, a flyer, or a jill. Young kangaroos are called joeys. A group of kangaroos is called a mob. And roos is a colloquial name used for all kangaroos or wallabies. Most people think kangaroos are endemic to or live only in Australia. In fact, several species of tree kangaroos and forest wallabies also live in Papua New Guinea, and feral populations of some kangaroo species have been introduced to Hawaii, Great Britain, and New Zealand. The red kangaroos are adapted to the big open plains covering the dry interior. Eastern and western gray kangaroos prefer moisture forests and scrublands of eastern, southern, and southwestern Australia. Common wallaroos can be found throughout the inland Australia. Their preferred habitat is a stone country and rocky outcrops. Rock wallabies are more extreme. They live in piles of boulders on rocky hills and even in the cliff faces. Tree kangaroos are adapt to living in trees. Sort of. They're still clumsy. They live in the rainforest of northern Queensland and further north in Papua New Guinea. The red kangaroo is the largest living marsupial and can grow to 2 meters. It weighs up to 200 pounds. Top speed, it can go close to 40 miles an hour. A red kangaroo can leap 25 feet and 10 feet high if it wants to. At normal hopping speed, they would cover more like 1.5 to 2 meters or 5 to 6 feet in a leap, and the speed about 15 miles an hour. The eastern gray grows to be 1.5 to 1.8 meters, and a big male can weigh over 130 pounds. Females are much smaller than the males. Eastern grays can jump as well as the big reds up to the 29 feet in one bound and can reach speeds of nearly 30 miles an hour. The western gray, though, is slightly smaller and lighter, a good 110 pounds for a large male. Wallabies are generally smaller. The biggest one weighs about 55 pounds. And the other smaller macropods come in all shapes and sizes, some weighing as little as 500 grams. Kangaroos are the only large animals that move by hopping. They cannot move backwards. All macropods have very strong hind legs and large feet. The large and strong tail is used for balance when hopping and as a fifth limb when moving about on all four legs, or 5. Hopping is a fast and energy-efficient method of travel designed to cover huge distances in a land that offers little food or water. An odd kangaroo fact: on land, kangaroos cannot move their hind legs independently, only together. But when they are swimming, and they are very good swimmers, they kick each leg independently. All kangaroos are herbivores. The grazers or browsers eat only plant matter. Kangaroo species that are adapted to the drier regions need very little water. Red kangaroos can go without water altogether if there is fresh green grass available. The stomach of macropods are complex sacculated organs. The compartments contain microorganisms that aid with digestion by fermentation, a bit like cows. Some kangaroo species also regurgitate and chew their food like cows. Kangaroos live in mobs of about 10 individuals, males and females. There is one dominant male, usually the oldest and the biggest male. This male is the only one to mate with the females in the mob. Male kangaroos box each other in play when asserting their dominance or in a serious competition over females. The punching of the front legs is pretty harmless, but their powerful hind legs with their long sharp toenails are a dangerous weapon. All marsupials have a pouch in which their young live, drink milk, and develop until they're big enough to face the world. The pouches of all macropods open forward, whereas the pouches of koalas and wombats open backwards. Like all marsupial babies, kangaroos are born at a very early stage of development, 31 to 36 days after gestation. And that would compare to the humans, it would be in the 7th week of pregnancy. At that stage, a joey is not much more than an embryo, a pink, hairless, tiny worm, only the front legs are a bit developed, just enough to allow the embryo to make their way to the pouch and attach to one of the 4 teats. Initially, the joey is permanently attached to the teat. As it grows and grows some hairs, it also learns to let go and reattach itself. It takes several months until the young is covered with fur and mature enough to leave the pouch for the first time. In western greys, for example, it takes 9 months. During the following months, the joey will spend more and more time outside, exploring the surroundings. Eventually, it will permanently leave the pouch.